If y minus 5 squared is equal to y minus 9 squared, what is the value of y? Let's expand these, and when you do, you get y squared minus 10y plus 25 on that side, and on the other side, you'll get y squared minus 18y plus 81. The y squareds cancel, and then you're left with, let's see here, 56 and then 8y. And then when you divide through by 8, you will get y is equal to 7. So t is equal to 7, the answer to the previous question. In the diagram, ABCD is a trapezoid, AB is parallel to DC, BC is equal to BD. Angle DAB is x, angle ADB is 18, and angle DBC is 6t. What is the value of x? So this is what we call angle chasing, and it won't be that difficult. So 6t, well, t is 7, so 6t would be 42, that guy, that angle. And then this is equal to that, so that means this angle is equal to that. So we'll just call it theta for now. So 2 theta plus 42 is 180, since the sum of the angles of a triangle add up to 180. And therefore theta, you will be able to find, is 69. And then this angle will be the same as this angle, because these are parallel lines, right? You know that law, whatever that law is called, that rule. So that means that's theta there. So if you look at ABD, that triangle, x plus theta plus 18 is equal to 180. And x, I believe, is what we're trying to figure out. Theta, we just figured out, was 69, and therefore that's the equation. And when you solve that, you get x equal to 93. 93 degrees is the answer. So t is 93. There are t cards. Each card has one picture printed on it. The picture on each card is either of a dinosaur or a robot. Each dinosaur and robot is colored either blue or green. 16 cards have blue dinosaurs, 14 cards have green robots, 36 cards have blue robots. If a card is chosen at random, what is the probability, written in as a fraction in lowest terms, that it has either a green dinosaur or a blue robot? So blue dinosaur, green robot, blue robot, and what's the other one? The other one would be a green dinosaur, right? Because we only have dinosaurs and robots, and they're either blue or green. So we got the blue dinosaur, the green robot, and blue robot. Okay, so this is equal to 16, this is equal to 14, and that is 36. And then that we can easily figure out, because all of them total 93. So you just, so 93 minus 16 minus 14 minus 36 would equal the GD, the green dinosaur. And when you do that, you get 27. Yeah. So what are they asking for here? Probability that if you choose something at random, it's either a GD or a BR. So a GD or a BR over the total. Well, GD is 27, BR is 36, and total is 93. So that's 63 over 93, and in lowest terms, I can top and bottom by 3 to be 21 over 31. A line passing through minus 5k and 13, negative 7 has a slope of negative 1/2. What is the value of k? So rise over run, minus 7 minus k, 13 minus 5, and that is negative 1/2. So minus 7 minus k over 18 is negative 1/2. And then you can, I guess, get rid of the negatives. And this will be like that. And then cross multiply and we get 14 plus 2k is 18. And therefore 2k would be 4 and k is 2. And I think that is all they wanted. T would therefore be 2 in this case. 3 buckets labeled ABC are filled with water. The amount of water in bucket A is 6 liters more than half of the amount in bucket C. The amount of water in bucket B is the average of the amounts in buckets A and C. The amount of water in bucket C is 18T plus 18. And total, how many liters of water are there in three buckets? Okay. A lot of wording there. Let's figure this out mathematically. So first I'll do C because that's easiest. 18T plus 8, right? So that'll be 18 times 2 plus 8. So that's 36 plus 8, which is 44. So there's 44 in there, 44 liters of water. Okay, so then what's next here? Let's do this one first. Second, I should say. A is 6 liters more than half of what's in bucket C. So bucket C has 44. Half of that would be 22. So 22 plus 6. So 22 plus 6 is 28, I believe. And then the last one, bucket B, is the average of the mean of A and C. So that would be 28 plus 44 divided by 2. 28 plus 44 divided by 2, I believe, is 36. So that's 36. And then now they just want you to figure out the total. Okay, well, that'd be 28 plus 36 plus 44, and that is 108. T is 108. The vertex and the two x-intercepts of a parabola with the equation y is equal to ax squared plus 6ax are joined to form a triangle with an area of t square units. If a is less than 0, what is the value of a? Let's attempt to draw this, even though I have no idea what it looks like. The only thing I know is that since a is less than 0, and they're talking about vertex, so I'm going to give you the vertex form of a parabola equation. It's this one. And because a is less than 0, it's going to open like this, like, you know, open downward, whatever. Okay, so let's do that. But we got to work with this guy here. So let's work with that. So we have ax squared plus 6ax, and let's factor out the a, because I'm going to try to get it in that form. So it's going to be ax squared plus 6x, and then completing the square, you take this coefficient, which is 6, take half of it, which is 3, and then square it, so maybe 9. So 6x plus 9 minus 9. You have to subtract it immediately. And then those three will factor out beautifully, like that. And then don't forget, when you kick out the 9, you got to remember to, multiply by that 8. So that is the way of putting it in this form. So if I just change it ever so slightly to make it match completely like that form, that would tell me that the vertex is hk. And in this case, the hk would be minus 3, minus 9a, I guess, right? Minus 3, minus 9a. Okay. So minus 3 obviously is somewhere here, and since a is less than 0, minus 9 times, so that would be a positive number, so it would be up here somewhere, minus 9a. So the vertex is here, and then I guess it kind of opens downward like that. So this is minus 3, and that's the vertex. Okay, and then what are they saying? The two x-intercepts. The two x-intercepts are easy. You just set y equal to 0. So that would be ax squared plus 6ax. If that's 0, factor out an x squared plus 6x, or actually factor out an x also, and that would be x plus 6. So x is either 0 or minus 6. So I drew that pretty good. Okay, and then of course they're saying that you're going to draw this triangle that kind of joins like this. Okay, and then and the area of the triangle is t. So the area is t, which is 108, and the area would be 1/2 base times height, 1/2 base times height. So the base is from here to here, and that's 6, right? And the height is top to bottom, which is minus 9a. Minus 9a. Okay, so that means that this looks like 3 times 9 is minus 27a is 108, and therefore a would be negative 4. And that is consistent with what they told me, that a is less than 0, sorry. A is less than 0, and therefore a equals negative 4 is consistent with that. In the diagram, D is on side AC, and triangle ABC so that BD is perpendicular to AC. If AB is 29, AC is 69, BD is 20, what is the length of BC? Well, let's see here, but I think there's a whole bunch of Pythagorean relationships. So AD, for example, squared would be 20 squared minus 29 squared, and you can calculate that. AD would be 21. So that guy is 21. So the whole thing is 69, then the other part would be 69 minus 21, which is 48. And they're asking for BC, so again, just another Pythagorean relationship. So BC squared would be 20 squared plus 48 squared. And when you do that math, you'll get BC equal to 52. And I think that's all there is to this. Okay, so D in this case is the answer to the previous question, which is 52. Lawrence runs D over 2 kilometers at an average speed of 8 minutes per kilometer. George runs D over 2 kilometers at an average speed of 12 minutes per kilometer. How many minutes more did George run than Lawrence? They're doing this weird thing, and this is not the first time I noticed this, is that they're giving the speed in minutes per kilometer. Speed is usually given in terms of like kilometers per hour or kilometers per minute or whatever. I don't know why they do that. Is it on purpose to confuse you, or who knows? Anyhow, speed is equal to distance over time, so time is equal to distance over speed, right? So for Lawrence, his time would be his distance, which is D over 2. Since D is 52, that's 26. And then the speed is 8, right? Yeah. Well, hold on. See, I'm falling into the trap myself. It's actually 1 kilometer per 8 minutes, like that. Yeah. So this is 26 kilometers over 1 kilometer per 8 minutes. So when you invert and multiply, you'll get 26 over 1 times 8 over 1, and that's going to be 208. 208 minutes. For George, same kind of story. He's also 26, but his speed is a little bit different. It's 1 kilometer for 12 minutes. And when you invert and multiply that guy, you get 26 over 1 times 12 over 1, and that would be 312. So then you're comparing this with this, and George, therefore, would be, what's that, 104 is the amount of minutes that George runs longer than Lawrence. T is 104. The sum of two numbers is T, and the positive difference between the squares of these two numbers is 208. What is the larger of the numbers? So T is 104. So we have two numbers. Let's just call them X and Y, and their sum is 104. And X, let's just X be greater than Y. Then the positive difference of the sum of the squares. So X squared minus Y squared is going to be 208. And I think that's the setup of the question. So this guy, that would be able to factor pretty nicely. X minus Y, X plus Y is 208. X plus Y is 104, so we can plug that in there. And then this is very straightforward. X minus Y would be therefore 2. And then where do I go from here? What am I trying to find here? Large. So I'm trying to basically find X. Oh, I can then just use this fact. So if I add those two guys, this equation and that equation, I would get 2x is equal to 106. So therefore X would be 53. And there you go. 53 is the larger of the two numbers.